Good morning, Mike.
Mike.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's so funny. Every time he sounds the same. That you could lose 100 in a row, you'll still sound that way.
I don't know how you do it, man.
Mike, I got to start off the bat. You know, this is just one of those interviews, man. It's hard to lose 10 in a row. You guys obviously are in a bad stretch. But after the Marlins series, when Davey made those comments, and obviously the media went crazy with it, when he made the comments about don't blaming the coaches, you got to look at the players. They got to play better. Did you agree with that when you heard that?
Yeah, here's my take on that. It's Dave Martinez is as player-friendly managers I've ever had. He and Dusty Baker to me run the clubhouse like no one else I've ever had in my career. So when you talk about one of the player managers in the league, Davey's one of them. This guy does 500, 600 interviews a year. He does 2 a day, pregame, postgame, every time. And, he's flawless. But, he got caught in a frustrating, angry, we were 6 or 7, 8 in a row at that time. And got caught in a frustrated moment and kind of lashed out. And I think it was out of frustration. Here's my take on that situation. There's onus on the players, there's onus on the coaches, there's onus on the manager, and there's a great onus on the general manager to do a better job. We all got to look in the mirror. You lose 10 games in a row. You said at the beginning, it's hard to lose 10 games in a row. I've never lost 10 games in a row. This is my 43rd year in professional baseball. I've never lost 10 in a row. It's tough. But when tough times come, when tough times come, you have to deal with it. And to me, Davey's the same manager in the clubhouse when there's no cameras on him and there's no media in the room. He's the same guy he was in the Marlins series as he was October 30th of 2019.
Right.
Same guy.
But after he said that, you didn't text him or call him and say, Dave, you shouldn't have said that.
No, we talked about, I didn't call him or text him. I was, when I was in his office, and
right.
I was right there. We talked about it, and if he had to do it again, he would have done it. He would have got his point across, which was supporting the coaches in a smoother, better way, that it didn't ruffle the feathers of the fan base. And I think it was. I do think that it took a life of its own, more so with the fan base and in the media than it did in the clubhouse. I know that for a fact.
Right. So because the rumor was that there's some players that were unhappy with it and they were pissed off, but you're saying that wasn't the case.
I don't know if there, to me it was, it's a, you know me, it was anonymous source or whatever,
right.
Anonymous rumor or whatever it was. But I don't see any unrest or unhappiness. I know Davey talked to all the players, after those comments were made. I think that that's behind up here. Believe me, that's the least of our worries as far as this 10-game how we're playing streak is Davey's comments after that Marlins game.
Mike,
okay, all right.
Mike, I hear what you're saying, and I agree. I'm sure that it's true that Davey's the same guy he was in 2019 when you won a World Series. But when you go through this stretch, sometimes like great guys, great managers, great baseball guys, they still, sometimes you just, the fans want to scalp. I know you might not want to scalp. The fans want to scalp, right? Or they want something to change out of frustration.
Well, you guys had Davey out the door in 19 too. I mean, so your station, every other station wanted him fired. The coaches fired, the GM fired, the owners sell the team. Same. It's the same thing. It's built on frustration. And I get it. Fans are fans. They root for their team. They want their team. They want to be proud of their team. They want to, they want the team to perform well. So, because it's their team. Believe me, we all feel that. But I'm looking at the big picture of an entirety of a season. And we're in June 17th or 18th, and we've got 3.5 months of baseball left. And 10 days ago we were 30 and 32, and our whole discussion and narrative was different.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we're hopefully in 10 days from now, I'm back here on a Wednesday, and we're talking about wow, we really turned things around. So that's our thought, and that's my mindset.